Hi golfers, Nick here from Nick Taylor Golf. It's Friday, so welcome to another lesson on golf tips. This week on golf tips, we're going to compare what the best players do to the average players. And the answer lies at impact. The best players always hit the ball first, then the ground. Whereas the average players will tend to hit the ground before the ball. They may catch the ball thin, they may top it, they may hit a good one. But generally, the contact is inconsistent. And a lot of golfers come to me because they're inconsistent. It may be because they're hitting the ball offline, but generally it's because the contact is wrong. So we're going to look today at how we can improve contact. We're going to look at what the best players do at impact compared to the average player. So they may both set up the same, but impact with the best players will look something like that. Low body weight forward, head in position, hands more forward. That's going to help them compress the golf ball and hit the ball first before the ground. Whereas the average golfers will look more like this. The weight's back, head's back, arms are bending. The reason the arms are bending is because the club would hit the ground before the ball because of their weight being back. So they're having to bend the arms, cut the wrists to make some sort of contact on the ball. So today we're going to look at 3 key points to hit the golf ball better. First one is the head movement. At impact, you'll see the best golfers, as they come in to hit the ball, their head will stay in position pretty much all the way until about here on the follow through. Whereas you look at some of the average golfers, their head will probably be moving all over the place, and maybe at impacts, the head will be behind. So if you find that your head is moving away from the target in the backswing and failing to return to that same position it was at setup, then you probably need to think about how the shoulders and the upper body moves. As you swing back, you want to feel the left shoulder going down as you swing back. That's going to help you keep the head in position. If that doesn't work and you're still moving the head, you probably want to feel like you're almost tilting towards the target. So sometimes when you're moving the head away, you probably have to feel like it's moving towards. I don't want you to move it towards, but you may have to feel that to keep it in position. The next thing we look at is the lower body movement. And at impact, the best players will be moving their lower body weight forward as they hit the golf ball. So the more we sway away in the backswing, the more we have to move to get back into that position at impact. So some players do sway a little bit going back, but generally they're fast enough and quick enough to get their hips back in front of where they were at setup. But most golfers aren't as quick as that or as flexible as some of the best players. So what I suggest you do is pivot the body better. If you watch me, as I swing back, my back leg straightens, front leg bends forward. That helps me sort of turn. That's going to enable me to turn my hips more, to create more power. But also, it's going to help me sort of pivot around this leg as opposed to swaying. The more we sway, the more inconsistent we're going to be. So lower body movement's key. Feel like the front leg is bending forward and the back leg is straightening as you make your backswing. That will help you sort of pivot and not sway. The final thing we're going to look at is the hand position. So I showed you before, impact, the best players will have the hand slightly forward. That does de-loft the club face, enables them to compress the golf ball to hit the ball more consistently and further. Some of the average golfers will tend to have the shaft more back at impact, which sort of adds loft, doesn't compress the ball, tends to make the club bottom out before the golf ball, generally results in inconsistency. So when we're hitting shots, I want you to think about what the body's doing, lower body pivoting, the head staying in position, and also when you're hitting shots, when you're practicing, practice sort of hitting punch shots, because that's going to help you keep the hands in front to help you compress the golf ball. If you can, go to the golf course and hit some shots off grass, because that's going to sort of show you where you're making contact on the ground. So I'm going to bring the camera in now. Okay, so we've got a tee here for a reference point and we've got the ball. What I'm going to do is I'm going to feel like my left shoulder goes downwards. I'm going to feel like my left knee's bending forward and back leg straightening, and I'm going to feel like I'm keeping the hands forward as I hit through, and let's see where the contact point is on the ground. Okay, so that was a pretty good shot. You can see the ball was here, low point was here, so I managed to make good contact. That is so key to determining what the best players do and what the average players do. If you can hit the ball first, then the ground, you've got half a chance. So guys, give that a go to the range or go to the course where you can hit off grass. Practice that drill, think about what the body's doing, think about what the hands are doing. If you can do that, you should hit better golf shots. If you've got any comments on that, please post in the comment box below, or you can catch me on other social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram and Twitter.